Good morning, everyone. So I'm back with another stash video. I went out to the sewing basket again yesterday, only after I went there a few weeks ago, because it's kind of cool not having sport for a little while on the weekend. Oh my gosh, I spent the most I've ever spent. But I came back with the biggest bag of stuff. And I thought last time I hit the jackpot, but this time I feel like I've done it again. So I'll start off with just some little old laces. Okay, so that's a pretty one. And then I got this one. I don't need to open that. You can kind of see that. And they were like, $1.50 or something. I've been keeping in mind a few Christmas projects. So I got this because I like the green embroidery and I thought that would be lovely in a Christmas project. And it's lovely linen. Got one of these. These are always good. The hand towels with that kind of applique on. This one, I really love this one. It's actually really old, the cotton. Feels like this one was done a very long time ago. I love that. I want to put that into maybe a Christmas project. This little one, so it's all crinkled. I pulled it out of a drawer. But that's a nice little flower. And this one was pretty orange and pink flowers. Got quite a few doilies. Sometimes I go and I don't get any. I always collect these ones, these crossed out. And I've got heaps of these ones, but they're great. So I got 3 of them, a big one. And the 2 small ones. This one I really like. It's in really good condition. Okay, with nice autumn toned flowers on it. I can't see any faults with that one. It looks really good. Maybe a tiny stain here or there, but you know, we like stains because it means it's odd. This mat was really a lovely pattern and lovely edging. Could be ironed out a little bit, but you can see it's got some pretty embroidery on it. This one with some lovely flowers. It's good condition, just needs an iron. Oh, I found a bird. I don't often find a bird. How cute's that little bird? With the purple trim. Okay, this one, another one of those applique ones. I really like this one. It's got a nice scalloped edge. And I liked the flower shapes. And then a lovely green scalloped edge on the back. This is just beautiful soft linen on the inside, as this is half this, so it doubles over. And then I really liked the edging, so that might be something that I keep intact, and then I do something slow stitch in the middle because it's quite big, that one. Okay, this was just a piece of, this is quite thick linen, and it's a very large piece. Oh, sorry, bumped the camera. I think it's meant to be a table runner, so that would be good to build a table runner onto it. I would say it's maybe at least 1.5 meters long and a good width for a table runner. In fact, it's got a label on it. Just says 100% linen made in Russia. So that was good. I think that cost me about $8. Then there was a whole bunch of packs there, and around me you can see there's bits and pieces. These were from packs, slow stitch kits. So there's an old piece of quilt that was in a pack. Seeing what we've got on the inside. Fairly plain fabric, and then a very thin yellow on the back, but that's a lovely piece of old quilt. That would be gorgeous in slow stitching. And then these were all fabric packs. Okay, so some of it I might not like. If I don't like bits and pieces, I'll just donate them back to the sewing basket. This feels a bit like a curtain fabric. I'm going to give it a wash. It's got a bit of a sheen on it. It's definitely a new fabric, but I thought this could go nicely, like the flowers cut out and put into a Christmas slow stitch. This is quite thick. It's like an upholstery fabric. Don't know if I'd use that. I could use it as a base for something, but we'll see. This one, I liked the Christmassy feel of the check. It's super thin, very, very thin cotton. But I did like the Christmassy look. And then this lovely green fabric, which I think is one of those new ones. Beck, I think at Sewing Bee, you sell this kind of fabric. I just love the colour. It's one of my favourite colours. And then I got 2 of these packs, so I've got a repeat of those fabrics. Just not sure about that thick one, but the others I'd probably use. And they were in packs and they were pretty cheap. This one I haven't even gone through yet. So we've got a nice textural piece. Again, I've got some good Christmassy colours going on. A check. Okay, I'm liking those colours. This one, bit of a new fabric. Or it seems like a bit of a new fabric. Don't know if I'd use that one. Maybe. We'll see. Like I said, I can always donate bits and pieces back if I don't use them. And then there's this one, which is a new fabric. Feels like maybe a quilter's cotton or something. So who knows? Because, you know, I bought the packs and didn't really see. Now, this fabric I love. This is old. You can feel it. It's soft. It's come off something. Lovely colours. Something different. Blues and burgundy browns. And then this was with it. I think this might be an old fabric as well. It feels like it might be. But good base for things. And then this was in it as well. Is that hemp braid? It's quite thick. So I got 2 packs of them again. You can see here. This one's got holes in it. You can see that it's old. Okay, so same 3 repeat fabrics because I got 2 packs of that. Now, they were packs that were made by another person that they had a whole heap of them. And someone had donated them. They'd obviously bought a lot and changed their mind or didn't like the stuff or whatever. But I didn't buy all of them. A few of them weren't my taste. I definitely don't like the newer fabrics, prefer the older ones. So I didn't buy all of them. But they're making some slow stitch kits themselves. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. So let's have a look at what's in this one. So there are bits and pieces that I'd use and then, yeah, maybe some that I wouldn't use. That's like a little piece of silk. You could tear that up so it's like sari silk for a closure. It's quite small, but well, it's nice and soft. The cross stick's cute. You could put that into something. These I'd use. I'd put them in something. So little crocheted edges. That's just a little napkin. Not napkin, handkerchief. I'd use that. Bit of yellow. Piece of lace, like trim, crochet kind of thing. I'd use that. I'd always use thread. Okay, put that to the side. Oh, little button. Maybe or maybe not. I don't dislike it. I just don't normally use big wooden buttons, but we'll see. I'm going to put in a little button jar. This one I might not use. I'm not a big fan of this. So that could get put to the side and donated back, and they can put it into another slow stitch. This I love. It's like a really, like just a small piece of cotton, but I really like it. Like the check. That I would definitely not use. Hate to say it, that's not nice at all. I don't like the lace. It's modern lace. That organza-y type of painted. Yep, that's a no. That's going back. This is a piece of upholstery, and I would use that. Definitely in a Christmas project. It's kind of a orangey red. Okay, so you know, got a little pile of good things out of that pack, and the thread as well. So I'd use those things. Let's have a look at the next one. I got this one with our autumn months coming up in our Roxy's Journal of Stitchery in mind, because there's some good autumn tones. Let's have a look what's in this one. Okay, so again, I've got some pieces of silk. Could put bits and pieces in. What I actually really got it for was that trim. Oh, that's a lovely little silk edge. That could be nice, just stitched along the edge. I'd use that. I'm always going to use pearl buttons. I have 5 million of them, or mother of pearl buttons. May or may not use that. It's a good colour. I love the mustard. But satin on both sides. We'll see. I'll keep that. Little piece of lace. That's fine. Lovely piece of, what do they call that again? Oh, I'm having a mental blank. Mercerized cotton, I think. The broader cotton. Broader cotton, I think it is. I like them. I use them all the time. Good mustard. This old piece. Oh, I like that. Lovely texture in that. It's a piece of upholstery fabric. Definitely would use that. Okay, so I really bought it for this piece of trim. That's going to go into my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery for autumn. Another piece of silk, another piece of silk, another piece of silk. So, yep, I'll just keep them. We'll see what I decide to do with them. Definitely would not use that. It's got like a metallic shine on it. Not really my thing, so that can go back to them. This is a piece of upholstery fabric. I don't mind the poppies. That could be used in the background somewhere. Okay, that's a newer piece of fabric. Yeah, it's okay. I'd think about that. I could rip a little bit just to get a bit of orange in the background or something. Some more little bits of trim which can get used. Another piece of silk. These I might even rip up and tie things up with them. And then this piece of fabric's interesting. It looks like it's quite big. It's got some texture to it. And that would be perfect. It looks like it's a bit old too. That would be perfectly fine for backgrounds of things. So, yep, some good things in there. Then I got this fabric. It's an old piece, 90 by 90 centimetres. Let's have a look at it. I just couldn't leave this. I don't know why I loved it so much. The candy canes, the colours. I want to open it out. Let's have a look. It's like kitchen things. Candy canes, though. It's not like full Christmas theme. Like, you could cut bits of this out and, like, you could embroider on them. Love this little bit here with the book. So, yeah, that's quite a big piece. I just loved it. Looks like maybe 1950s style fabric, and it's in perfect condition like it's new, but it's definitely not fabric you see around nowadays. I think it's like a vintage kind of fabric. Yeah, so I love that. Had to get that. Fold it this way. Yeah. Okay, so here are some more of the little... Actually, no, I'm going to show you this first. Okay, so got this thread. Love the mustard colour. This one wasn't as cheap. It's 100% bamboo. It says Kitty Girls, Knits and Spins, Unique Hand Spun Yarns and Hand Knits. Okay, kittygirls.com. Don't know if it's Australian. But it's Caramel Delight. I don't know. It doesn't say. I don't know. But anyway, I would use that in some of my stitching. Just loved the colour. But this one wasn't so cheap. These were some more bundles I got. So this was a little pack. I've taken them out of the packages to try and get rid of all the shine on camera. So we got a lovely little piece of quilt, which will definitely go into a pack, and another little offcut. Piece of lace. I mean, that's just it feels like a linen. Might keep that. I mean, these are all just nothing, really little fabrics. Good if you're doing a blue slow stitch. That's a nice colour. I like that colour. Oh, there's two there. So just a few little bits and pieces in blue. Most of these look like they're newish fabrics, or actually they all look new. But I would definitely use some bits and pieces. That's a linen. That looks like one I've got already. That, I mean, it's, yeah, just a plain new piece. Just little pieces. Okay, so these are better. It's an older piece, cut off something. And this, cut off a doily, you got a tiny bit of blue on it, and this would be older off a doily kind of thing. New. So some of the new ones are okay, some I just wouldn't bother with. Don't mind a check, navy blue linen. I mean, that's just plain. That's the kind of stuff you get at Spotlight. Just plain fabrics. These are some repeats. Another piece of linen. Plain kind of Spotlighty fabric. Like that colour. And that's an old piece. So yeah, there'll be some bits and pieces in that blue bundle I'll keep, and some that I might donate back. And to be honest, I might even just put them together as a little slow stitch pack. Okay, this is 2 bundles. These are Christmas themed. Got 2 packs, so just some linen trim, which would be good on something. Oh, that's quite thin and rough. Sort of an organza-y type of ribbon, and it definitely feels new. There's 2 pieces of that. Some script, Noel, Joy X Noel, and Bonamy, whatever that means, Christmas something, I don't know. Not loving that one. That one's okay. I probably wouldn't use it. Like the stripe ribbon, it's new, but I like that stripe. Anything red and white stripes, cool. And then the buttons are great. More buttons, because I'm never going to use all my buttons and I need more. Okay. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, and then this was a pack. This is a bigger pack. It's come with cottage garden threads. I think that's what they're called. So they're good. I use them. They're stranded cotton hand dyed in Christmassy colours. You got this little embellishment pack. So some little rickracks and trims. Sorry, it's in the packaging. I'll take it out because it gets shiny. It gets shiny on camera. If you really want to see what's in it, you need to take it out. So it's a little embellishment pack. Okay, with lots of buttons. I've got little button pieces, sorry. Bits everywhere. I'm going to put the little buttons in here. There's some metal ones, some like brown plasticky type ones. These are plasticky. The metal ones are pretty good. The little plastic ones. Yep, they're easy to find nowadays. Wooden one. Okay, and then these are the trims. So that's good. So I'm going to have quite a bit of Christmassy theme. Just a lace. Oh, lace. These are quite new and stiff. Be nice to maybe tea dye them to get the shiny white off, but they're just numbers. You got 25 maybe for Christmas Day. And then you've got a range of different trims. They all, oh, that's a stretch. Don't love stretch. They all feel like they're fairly new ribbons, trims. A velvet rickrack velvet ribbon. So bits and pieces there. So here we go. So again, some of these fabrics, yep, they feel new. Like that's quite rough. But Christmas kind of colours. That's a nice one. That one's good. Like that one. Like that one. Yep, that feels like a fairly new one. Check's always good. Let's flip them over and have a look. It's kind of got a French general feel. So lots of like patchwork. I love that one. That one's gorgeous. A sea sucker red stripe. Okay. Oh, this is good. It's like a French linen tea towel piece. Another piece of lace. Some more fabrics. Good Christmas colours here. That one's a bit blur. Sorry. That's just a piece of, like, feels like a linen. Yep. Don't love that one. Linen, it's good. Linen. Got some script, very pale script. Okay. And then let's have a look at what this, oh, some big pieces. So that looks old, like it's off something, off the back of a quilt or something. Piece of linen. That's just a very, very pale spot. Silk, linen, bit of texture, a few bits of linen and maybe a piece of hemp there. So that was quite a big pack. And then here's another Christmas pack. I've got 2 more of them. I have to do a lot of Christmas stitching. Another little embellishment pack. Just chuck. So I'm just chucking the bags at the side. Okay, so same kinds of buttons that I just showed you. Put them in this little button bowl. Similar trims. Again, they're stiff and I might get them in some tea and soften them up. Bigger bit of lace, some ribbons, etc. Okay, another piece of lovely tea towel. Little piece of quilt. Similar fabrics here. I don't think I need to run through all of these. It feels like a, yeah, patchworky fabric. Quite thin. Well, that's actually feels like a linen. Similar to the last kit. A bit of gold on the side, and there was a needle inside, so we'll always use a needle. Okay, so that was that pack. All right, what's next? Okay, some button packs. Whoa. Oh, that one's got a hole in it. I've spilt some. So some button packs, lovely, lots of mother of pearl in there, and only $3 a pack. I picked 3 of them. Nice little navy blue buttons and some pearly, and then some green and some pearly. Okay, so they were all $3. There was one more pack. I didn't like the buttons in it, so I didn't get the 3rd pack. Look at that. That's all coming out. Might just tip it all out. Not bad for $3. Look at all the buttons I'm getting. Okay, so thank you to whoever donated all that stuff. Most of it I like, and it's going to come in handy. Now, let's go to, I just got a piece of reproduction, sort of 1930s. Looks like a reproduction of a feed sack. And I was looking at this, and she was folding it up, and I said, oh, I like that one. She goes, do you want that one? I said, yeah, I'll take that one. So I grabbed this one, and then I said, oh, it's like it reminds me of some feed sack fabric. She said, oh, do you like feed sack fabrics? I'm like, yeah, I love feed sack fabrics, like real ones, but they're just impossible to find in Australia. I find it really difficult. Occasionally get something online, but it's not much. And mostly if I want to get it, I have to buy it from America. Obviously, it's where it comes from. And she said, well, I've got some feed sack fabrics you want to see? And I went, you've got feed sack fabrics? I said to her, are they like real feed sacks or reproduction? She goes, no, I think they're real ones. So she takes me out to some boxes. They weren't on display, and she pulls out a bunch of legitimate feed sack fabrics. So I went a little bit crazy. And Beck from Sobe, she loves feed sacks too, and she's always on the hunt, and she has some gorgeous feed sack fabrics. This is for you. I did leave about 4 or 5 of them because I really didn't like the patterns. They just weren't my style. Beck, OMG. Oh my gosh, look at that. So these are from a store called the Quiltsmith, which closed down. And it closed down a while ago. It was in Annandale. It was a quilt store, and it was the only place I used to occasionally get these feed sacks like this, and you'd get a piece. And so this one was priced at $18.20, and I got it for $8. So I got, I think it's 27 different feed sacks. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take them out back so you can see them. So they're all different measurements, but they're around 18 inches. Look at that gorgeousness. So I'm going to need to use these in a quilt. Beck, you're going to have to teach me how to use it. Maybe even my when I start my Gosling quilt. Or I want to do a quilt like the one Rach is doing. But I love that, and that orange colour is divine. So I'm going to take each one out and show you. Okay, so they've ranged from $5, I think was the cheapest, depending on the size, up to $8. So lovely aqua and legitimate feed sack fabrics. I have never had so many in my life. I couldn't believe it. I had to ring Mum straight away, and Rach, once Rach was awake. And the ones I left, I don't know if she's put them out, but yeah, they weren't so pretty. They were, yeah, pretty ugly. So gorgeous pink one there. I actually think the orange is my favourite out of all of them, but there's some good ones. This one feels like quite a big piece. That actually feels like a big piece, but it was only $4 that piece. Actually, there's my cheapest, $4 so far. Oh, here's a $3 piece. So I don't know where the Quiltsmith used to source these, but amazing that they're real. And I literally used to have to pay $18, $17 just for one piece of feed sack. How good is this one? Red spot. And they're all in perfectly new condition. This one's really pretty. Look at that. Wonderful. Like, this is like Christmas to me, all these. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, a light blue flower. How nice are these going to be in a quilt? This is a big piece, 23 inches, this one. Yeah, so this one cost me a bit more. It was $24 originally, and I paid $12 for this one. That's why I spent so much yesterday. It was my biggest shop. It's kind of a pinky red, that one, not quite red, a little bit pink. Okay. I literally just grabbed the whole bundle and I took almost everyone. 27. I left a few. A brown with orange flowers and leaves. Purple and red flowers. Okay, that's kind of like a navy blue with some pink flowers. Okay, this one is just pink flowers. So pretty. Like normally when I have to try and source these on eBay, you only get little bits, and this one's really gorgeous, this next one. And they're just so expensive, like super expensive. So look at that one. That is gorgeous. Checks and flowers. This one I thought was quite Christmassy. Look at that. That last one with the pinks was really soft. This one's quite stiff, so I might give it a wash. In fact, I might wash all of them and just soften them up. I can't believe I used to get all these. And, you know, I'd go to the shop and sometimes they'd have some and sometimes they wouldn't. That's a pretty one. It's kind of a pinky, purpley, grapey colour with green and a bit of grey. Yeah, so I'd go there to find them, and, you know, sometimes they'd have them, sometimes they didn't. But they're just expensive, so I might only buy one or two. That is so pretty. Like I'm still in shock that I found them. It's amazing. A blue with spot. I'm going to have to do like Rachel's done, where she's making her journal with her bits of old fabric in. Mum made me a lovely a book to do that in. I'm going to have to add bits of these in so I can always remember them once they've been used in things. This one I thought was good for Christmas too. Kind of check, kind of, well, you know, like tartany kind of, just a plain stripe. This one's great. Look at that one. $5. Wonder who donated all these. Maybe the shop did, because someone had it because it closed down. I don't know. This one's a Christmassy kind of feel to it. So, Beck, what are you thinking? Think you'll be loving these. Look at this gorgeous one. Look at that. Lovely flowers. Look at the colours, the rainbow that I've got. This is kind of a darky kind of green. Not dark, too dark. Kind of a bright green, but a darker bright green. And I've got two more. This one, the pattern's not super interesting, but the colour was lovely. It's a lovely purpley pink. And then one more to go. You just never know what you're going to find when you go to the sewing basket, a brown with some flowers. So, oh my gosh, look at these. They are just the most yummy fabrics. I just love them so much. And then finally, I've just got a couple of more things I got. Sorry, there's all these bags on the side. I'll get them in the bin now. She gave me this scrap bag of just things. She said, do you want a scrap bag? Yep, I think she charged me about $1. So just some old grosgrain ribbon, some bits of lace that could be cut out, just some old scraps, and they can always be cut out and put into your slow stitch, and they look like flannel flowers that can be cut out. And what I love the most, this is a little apron made out of some gorgeous lacy fabric, which might have been something like maybe a curtain or something, so that will come in really handy. We made into a little half apron, so that was just a scrap bag she gave me. And see, people don't value the scraps. If it's just a little bit of lace, I'm like, chuck them in bags and sell them as bundles of little bits of lace. I got this fabric. I just really liked it. It is a newish, I'm just looking at what it says, Marcus Fabrics it says. It's a newer fabric, but it's just a really nice print, just in plain green. And I even thought I might cut some up and just dip it in tea just to age it a little bit, wash it. And there's about 3 meters of that, so that will be going into some Christmas projects. And I'll probably put some of this into some of our kits for our classes, because that will go well. So that was a big bundle. And then I got this really big piece of, it's a William Morris, the strawberry, is it Strawberry Fields, the pattern? But it's Liberty. It's a thick Liberty. I would say it's in between a quilting cotton and an upholstery fabric. I'm going to give it a wash to soften it up, but it's lovely and it feels like it's old. It's like it's been around since maybe the 80s. And it's a really big piece. It's huge. And I love it. And I'd love, this is my favorite pattern. I think I just said that. I'm repetitive. But I'd love to make some, maybe some cushions out of it or something, or put them on the back of some slow stitch cushions. So that was a find. I grabbed that as I was leaving, and then all I got after that was just a bag of old crochet cottons, because you know, one day I might actually run out of thread. Probably not, but no, these would be good for classes as well, because that's perfect for running stitch. That's what I use. I use this stuff all the time. So yeah, one of them. You get big bags of them pretty cheaply. So this is my most exciting part, and the other bits and pieces in the slow stitch. So what a find. Yeah, great shopping trip yesterday. So I hope you enjoyed seeing another video. I put a few videos of the shop at the end. Not videos, I'm not allowed to video there, but you're allowed to take photos if you don't have people in them. So I've got a few photos at the end just to show you what the shop looks like. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.